YieldMax Group D announced their distributions today, so we'll go over that, and we'll also take a look at this huge jump up in the market today. What a crazy time we're in. Stick around, we've got a lot to go through. Hello my friends, this is Legend. So today we're going to go over what Group D YieldMax distributions were, and we'll also take a look at the market. It just moved insanely crazy today. The jump up today in the market was just huge. So we'll take a quick look at that as well and see where MSTY stands after this jump up in the market. So stick around. I think you're going to really enjoy this one. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at what Group D paid out. So let's pull that up real quick. Okay, so here we are on the distribution list that was sent out today. And this is for April 9th distributions, and this will be for Group D. So the weekly payers here, we've got CHPY, which is a new one, and it has not paid out yet, but GPTY has, and it's paid out 23 cents. LFGY pays out 41 cents, nice. QDTE, 21 cents. RDTY, 35 cents, SDTY 22 cents, ULTY 8 cents. I tell you, that ULTY is just having a rough time, isn't it? YMAG 9 cents. It's another one that's just having a rough time. We got YMAX at 12 cents. That's a little on the low side, but considering the market, I'll take it. AIWY 23 cents. AMDY with 48 cents. APLTY with 30 cents, DISO with 32 cents, MSTY pays out $1.33, not too shabby. I think that's a little over 6% on that one. SMCY with $1.50, very nice. Winter, WNTR, that'll be the short on Mr., and that has not paid out yet. XYZY paid out 44 cents. And YQQQ pays out 44 cents. Not too bad, I guess, considering how bad the market has been bleeding. So I'll take the $1.33 for MSTY for sure. Next week will be Group A. And Group A will, of course, pay out on those weekly payers. And they will also contain Crash, Feet, FIVY, GUI, OARC, Snowy, Tesla, TSMY, Zomo, and YBIT. As far as these, they will go X tomorrow, which is April 10th. So if you do not already own the shares, you will not be eligible to receive the payout. And the payout will be on Friday, April the 11th. So I think that's about all for the distributions there. Not too shabby. But let's go on over to the next point that we wanted to talk about, and that's the market. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'll start off here just looking at the overall market, and this is off of the S&P 500, the ETF SPY. And as you can see here, we hit as low as that $481.80, and I think we had discussed that the last video, and that was on Monday, I believe it was. Tuesday, we had the pop-up, and it was a quick little pop-up, and it just crashed right on back down. But look at today. Look at this green candle. This is insane. I mean, we moved 10.5%. The SPY itself moved $52 in one day. 10.5%. I mean, that's amazing. And I know a lot of people cash out and they'll say, you know, the market's falling, so they cash out and they're saying, well, I'll just wait until it bottoms out and then I'll buy back in and then ride this bad boy right on up. Well, yesterday did not give you any hint that they were getting ready to pop, right? I mean, yesterday it shot up and then fell down. Today, I mean, we just shot up 10%. Insane. So if you didn't have your money already in the market, you missed on that 10% move on the market. And like I said, on the S&P 500 or the SPY here, $52 move. Insane. Just crazy, right? Crazy. That's a heck of a move. Now, I do want to note here, and I think this is worth noting, that was that low that we were kind of somewhat bouncing off of, right? And that's what it just shot off of that. But check out and look at what we're at now. This was a previous support line, right, where it bounced, and then it bounced and went up, and then it crashed on down. Now, that same support line, previous support line, is now a resistance line. And I'll zoom in just a little bit more for you people in the back so you can see the board here. And you can look at this. I mean, look, we hit that previous support, which is now a resistance. It hit it and just kind of stonewalled. Now, did it hit it and just that was the end of the day? Or is it chipping away at it? Well, let's just take a look at the 5-minute chart, and let's just take a glance at see where and how fast this thing was moving during the day. And here we are on the 5-minute chart. Now this black area here, this is the open market time. This purplish area over here, that's aftermarket, and of course this side would be pre-market. So as you can see, it kind of came out, and it looks like it kind of opened up right there at that roughly 493, right? So it opened up right there, came up, and it was kind of bouncing off of it, and then it looks like it hit around 130 maybe, and then that's when it took off. Now, granted, even this bouncing around here, it was bouncing around from, looks like as high as about 503 to as low as about 493. So it was bouncing around $10 worth right there, right? And that's a heck of a bounce. And for all of you out there who were buying puts and buying calls, I imagine you were probably doing pretty well if you were on the right side of the coin on that deal. But come about 1:30-ish area time frame right here, just a little after 1, that's when it took off. And it took off at around that low of that period of time, 497.56, and went as high, just even in that 5 minutes, to high as 515.05. Goodness. And then the next 5 minutes, it shot up as high as 524.70. And it just kept on going, right? And it went as high as 548.62. Just amazing, right? Just amazing. Now, could this mean that the down market is over? I don't know. We've seen these little pop-ups before, and then they come crashing right on back down. So I would be very cautious. But on a big upswing like that, you can definitely go and start making some moves and make some money on some options. And I definitely did that as well. I was able to roll my MSTY put, and I will show that in another video where I've been able to roll both of my MSTY puts. Now, granted, I did not catch it when it was actually shooting up here. I actually was back here somewhere toward the beginning of the day when I put that order in, so I didn't make as much as what I probably could have. Although being a put, it probably wouldn't have been much more. But definitely the volatility shot out the roof, right? When it was started flying up like this. Now, this, of course, is SPY. So let's take a look at MSTY. And you just look at this. Look at MSTY. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. So as I was saying, I bought my put for MSTY right back in here somewhere. So it was going up, and it looks like it was trying to break that previous support. As you can see, let's go back to the day time frame. And that was showing our support line there that we were trying to stay above, right? We were bouncing off of that support, bouncing off of it. And then yesterday we did close under our support. Now, since it was still had a candle through that support, it's not a full confirmation movement. So as you can see here, this previous support is still somewhat being held. You can see it did break down below it. We did close under it, but since the candle is still through that support line, it has not confirmed the breakdown. So with that being said, then that support line is still being held. Then the next day, of course, we opened below it and then just skyrocketed, right? I mean, we went from the about $17.50 and shot all the way up to as high as $21.39. That's almost a $4 move in today alone on MSTY. So awesome, right? Awesome. So I love to see that. Love to see it back up into $21. And since we're getting paid $1.33, that means come tomorrow, whatever that price is tonight, it will subtract off that $1.33 from this price, and it will open tomorrow at that new price. Now, again, as I've stated many times, that does not take into account any kind of movement after hours, right? But that $1.33 that we will be paid out for owning the shares before the X date, we will earn $1.33 per share. And that is rounded, right? Because you saw the actual number just previously. So I'm just rounding it to $1.33. That will come out of this price. That's how the distributions or any other dividend is paid out. So anyway, for you guys who did buy some shares yesterday, probably close to the close of yesterday, looks like you did pretty good. So super excited about today. Not sure if we are looking at a turnaround or are we just looking at another pump fake, right? We don't know. So don't go jumping all into any stock. Just kind of basically ease your way in because we never know where that bottom is. It could be now, but we could be headed right back down to that $17 range again. There is no telling. This market has been shooting up and shooting down like crazy. And you can see here's Mr. and it got down there to roughly that 231.50. And that's about where we've been bouncing off of it right here. It got down close to it and just shot up, right? So it is back within this range here, and that's a good sign. Would love to see it kind of break out above it, but the way it has been going, we're more likely to end up falling right back down tomorrow. So you never know. It was great to see this pump up. And like I said, even in the SPY where we shot up $52, it could be down another $30 tomorrow or $50 tomorrow, right? You never know. So always keep that in mind. And you kind of got to be like a sniper here. You kind of got to buy when it's low and ride it out, right? And that's about all you can do. So anyway, what do you think? Are you excited about MSTY? I know I was. Like I said, I will do a follow-up video on my MSTY position where I did buy a couple shares, I think 7 shares it was, at $20. And that was probably around back here when it was around that $20 range. Unfortunately, I did not buy any when it had dropped down to 17. Too bad for me. I know some of you did, but I did not. But like I said, I was able to roll my puts. So I'll be able to enter in that information, show my new average cost per share, and that would be my adjusted cost per share, right? Because for the way I am playing these, I am, of course, buying shares here and there, but overall, I am taking the distributions and using that to recoup my capital that I've invested into MSTY so that in the end, once I get it paid off, in a sense, then I can earn distributions free and clear, and I can do whatever I want with the money at that point because I no longer have skin in the game. It is all free money at that point. And if MSTY went to zero after I have already got it paid off, I mean, I don't want to see that, but at that point would have lost nothing and I would have made whatever distributions that I got paid out from that point to that point, right? But I don't see MSTY going to zero, right? I only see this thing kind of trading sideways. Now, it has traded down, but I mean, pull up any stock here lately. You can't show me one that's been trading up pretty much. I mean, I'm sure there are a few, but overall, the market has just been red and down, and so has everybody's portfolios. So this was a nice breather. Love to see it, and I'm sure it kind of put a smile on everybody's face. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. And if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button, and also share this video with others. And as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, Legend out.